Good morning, Trig. We're going to be covering lesson 78, which only has one part, and that is it's on the hyperbola. So a hyperbola is like an ellipse that's been cut in half and flipped outwards. And just like an ellipse, we have both a horizontal and a vertical one. Now, the equations are similar, except for notice the big difference is the subtraction sign, and also it's about who comes first. So when x squared is first, it's horizontal. It's across the x, it's spread across the x-axis. If you could picture an invisible x-axis that would be going right through. Okay? Then there is a vertical in which y squared is first, and it opens up across your y-axis. And so picture an invisible y-axis. Now for this section, our center is at 0, 0. We don't have any h or k. And our a value is our vertex. So a represents our vertex. And then I should have put this on here. Our asymptotes are represented by y equals plus or minus b over a x. And our b value is simply our, I'm not even going to put it. I'll show you what the b value is used. But most importantly, a gives us our vertex. Our asymptotes are b over a x. So I'm going to do a couple examples with you. Number one, we're going to graph and find equations of asymptotes. And we're going to do 3 examples. So here's the first one, x squared over 9 minus y squared over 4 equals 1. So first things first, I'm going to recognize that 9 is represented by a squared, 4 is b squared. So therefore a is 3 and b is 2. So right away I know my asymptotes are at plus or minus 2/3 x. But here is our graph. Are you ready? Our center is at 0, 0. So I should make that much bigger. And I'm going to label just a couple. So 2, 4, 2, 4, negative 4, negative 4. So here's x, here's y. All right, so starting at the center, remember our center is at 0, 0 because there's no h or k. So our center is at 0. Because x squared is first, this is horizontal. So starting from the center, for a, I'm going to go 3 to the right, 3 to the left. For b, I'm going to go up 2 and down 2. And then I like to actually use a pencil for this part, and you're going to form a rectangle using these 4 points as a guide. Then, through the corners, taking a ruler, through the corners of your rectangle are your asymptotes. So there's one, and the reason I have it, look, I have a down 2 to the right 3, that's why my slope is negative 2/3. And the dimensions of this rectangle is up 2 and to the right 3, which is again the positive 2/3 x. So the other asymptote is through these corners. Now, I know this is horizontal, so on the left and right, I'm going to take that right there is my vertex, and I'm going to draw curves that are approaching my asymptotes. And then I'm going to do the same on the right. And that is it. Okay, so moving on. To the next 2. So next one, we are going to graph y squared over 4 minus x squared over 25 equals 1 and find equations of asymptotes. All right, so first things first, I noticed that y squared is first. So that means that this is vertical. But this is, a squared is still first. So a squared is 4, b squared is 25. So a is 2, b is 25, whoops, not 25. b is 5. And my asymptotes are y equals plus or minus b over a x. Okay, so those are my asymptotes. I should have circled the asymptotes here so you have your graph and your asymptotes. All right, so here we go for this one. Now remember, this one's vertical. So 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Right, so because I'm starting at 0, 0, because this is vertical, A is now up 2 and down 2. And then from the center, B is to the left and right. And so I'm going to now connect these 4 dimensions are forming my rectangle. Now your rectangle this is wrong. My asymptotes are 2 over 5. It should be the dimensions of my box. And so I'm not going to write a formula here, but you should have 2 plus or minus your slope, x. Sorry, I wrote a formula there. All right, so in this case, my asymptotes are plus or minus 2 over 5. And then here we go. So my asymptotes should be through the corners of my rectangle. And I have a very long and wide. And because it's a vertical, my vertex is up here, so it's going to open up really wide, pointing it to the top and bottom. And there is our graph. Last one. They want us to do 3 things. Write in standard form, graph, and find equations of asymptotes. So here is the formula. 4y squared minus 9x squared minus 36 equals 0. So standard form would mean to add the 36 to the other side. And the only way to get the right side to equal 1 is to divide by 36, and you have to do that by all 3 pieces. And then I'm going to simplify. So this would be y squared over 9 minus x squared over 4 equals 1. So I know because y squared is first, again, this is vertical. Whoops, I'm spelling vertical wrong. A is 3, B is 2. So this is going to look very similar to the last one and how I do it. So 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Sorry, this is negative 2, 4. So starting from the center, I'm going to go up 3, down 3, right 2, left 2. I'm going up 3 because it's vertical. So based on that rectangle, I can determine rise over run. I went up 3 over 2. So my asymptotes are plus or minus 3 over 2x. Then I'm going to draw my asymptotes. And then one through here. And so my graph is vertical, so I am approaching the asymptotes on the top and the bottom. Homework. 78, you're going to skip numbers 3, 4, 20, and 27 through 29. Thank you.